Fame chose her before childhood could protect her. Ariana Grande entered entertainment with a gift so powerful that adults forgot she was still a child. Her voice opened doors that her age couldn't yet understand. Applause arrived like a storm before an emotional shelter could be built. Long studio hours replaced playground afternoons. Discipline replaced innocence. Schedules replaced freedom. The industry celebrated her sound while ignoring her softness. Identity formed under pressure instead of patience. Every smile is learned through timing. Every emotion must be learned to control. Adolescence became a product pipeline. Childhood memories turned into backstage moments. Growing up felt observed instead of guided. Privacy became a luxury before it became a right. Her childhood faded behind microphones and contracts. Behind the curtain, loneliness learned to sit quietly beside success. Growing up became preparation for performance instead of life itself. Some wounds cut deeper when the whole world is watching. Ariana's world shifted from glitter to trauma in a single moment that echoed across the globe. The pop fantasy cracked under shock and grief. The stage that once symbolized joy became haunted by memory. Healing was expected at celebrity speed, not human speed. Fear entered places where music once felt safe. Smiles turned into survival tools. Strength became a performance. Therapy became private while expectations stayed public. The crowd demanded courage she hadn't fully found yet. Grief had no space to rest. Recovery was judged in real time. Even applause carried reminders of what was lost. The stage remained bright, but the world inside her grew darker. Trauma learned to hide behind perfect stage lighting. The crowd clapped while the heart struggled to steady itself. When the heart never gets time to breathe, it learns to break quickly. Ariana's emotional life unfolded under flashing cameras and impatient headlines. Love moved fast because the world moved faster. Attachment formed under pressure, and endings arrived without warning. Grief followed romance without pause. The heart was never allowed to stabilize before another storm arrived. Private pain became public narrative. Healing became trend-driven instead of time-driven. Support existed, but silence never did. Loneliness lived inside constant connection. Emotional safety became unfamiliar territory. Vulnerability turned into spectacle. Stability felt temporary even when love felt real. Her heart aged faster than her years. Emotions processed faster than healing could follow. Every goodbye arrived before the heart fully recovered. Glitter hides exhaustion better than it hides pain. Ariana performed under microscopic judgment of body, voice, and behavior. Perfection stopped being excellence and became obligation. Social media became judge, jury, and mirror. Anxiety whispered beneath flawless performances. Rest felt suspicious. Silence felt dangerous. Vulnerability invited interpretation instead of compassion. The mind carried weight the stage never showed. The pressure to appear fine created exhaustion deeper than fatigue. Confidence required daily reconstruction. Strength became public expectation rather than private achievement. Even happiness felt timed. Identity fought branding in every era. Her biggest battle was never on stage, it was inside her mind. Mental peace became something to protect instead of enjoy. Every quiet moment felt borrowed, not owned. Being adored for the image can destroy the person behind it. Ariana now stands between massive devotion and quiet doubt. The audience loves the icon, but the human still carries invisible weight. Reinvention must negotiate with nostalgia. Growth must negotiate with branding. Healing must negotiate with public demand. Every new era risks misinterpretation. Peace feels conditional on productivity. Stability competes with expectation daily. Emotional safety still feels fragile inside global attention. Being herself still feels like a risk in a world addicted to her presence. Love feels loud, but understanding still feels distant. Her loudest fear is being loved only for the mask. Affection often arrives louder than acceptance. The real self still waits quietly behind the persona. Some stars rise with hunger that never learns to sleep. Tom Cruise climbed Hollywood through pure intensity and relentless drive. Fear became fuel instead of a warning. Risk transformed into routine. Success rewarded danger more than caution. Speed replaced patience. The industry celebrated his hunger before counting its cost. Ambition grew into a permanent engine. Stunts became identity. The body became a battlefield. Limits became suggestions instead of boundaries. Adrenaline replaced rest. Motion replaced hesitation. The image of fearlessness became expectation rather than choice. Stillness became foreign. His rise was powered by motion that never slowed. Speed became safety, and rest became a threat. Slowing down started to feel like falling behind. When momentum becomes identity, slowing down feels like death. Tom's career expanded through strict control of image, production, and performance. Perfection stopped being aspiration and became law. Authority replaced compromise. Risk turned into requirement. The need to dominate every frame hardened into instinct. Crew safety negotiated with spectacle. Pressure hid behind professionalism. The machine rewarded intensity with power. Success became self-justifying. Descent struggled to survive under momentum. Control felt necessary to survival. Balance remained optional. Slowing down felt like weakness. Control became strength, and also the heaviest burden. Power created distance as fast as it created success. Authority grew stronger than vulnerability ever could. The loneliest people often live inside the loudest fame. Tom's stardom created distance disguised as glory. Relationships struggled under constant motion. Normal life fell behind the chase. Emotional stillness felt unfamiliar. Silence felt threatening. The world saw action, not emptiness. Identity is locked into performance mode. Companionship existed in fleeting moments. Stability felt temporary. Isolation hid beneath explosions and applause. Privacy stayed guarded like a fortress. The personal world narrowed as the public one expanded. Fame built walls instead of bridges. Motion kept him busy, but not always fulfilled. Connection became brief instead of deep. The louder the crowd grew, the quieter the private world became. When the body becomes the brand, pain becomes invisible labor. Tom turned physical limits into professional expectations. Injury became routine. Recovery became a strategy. Fear disguised itself as courage. The body paid for every dare the audience celebrated. Risk became market demand. Weakness found no screen space. Survival became discipline, not emotion. The body obeyed while aging protested silently. Adrenaline delayed reality but never erased it. Damage accumulated behind performance. The image stayed unbreakable while the flesh absorbed the cost. His body carried the cost of every dare. Pain became routine behind applause. Recovery became preparation for the next sacrifice. Those who build their lives on speed fear stillness the most. Tom now stands at the edge of legacy and exhaustion. Time challenges what momentum once protected. Slowing down feels unfamiliar. Stillness feels dangerous. The world still demands impossible stunts. Expectations refuse to age alongside him. The fear of stopping competes with the need for rest. Motion still defines identity. Silence still feels like threat. Survival now competes with legacy. The body whispers limits while the brand shouts defiance. Rest feels like surrender in a life built on pursuit. His greatest challenge now is learning to stop without disappearing. Stillness feels heavier than motion ever did. The fear of stopping now rivals the fear of failing.